Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Dr. Jake from Department of Chemistry, Faculty of Science, UTM. I am here to give a lecture on Chapter 3, Chemical Bonding. We have learned about atom in the previous two chapters. So now we are going to learn about how atom can form molecules. This is video 1 for chemical bonding. The whole chapter 3 includes 11 subchapters and we are going to cover all of them. In this video, we are going to learn the basic concept of chemical bonding. We will begin with the basic concept where compounds are formed from chemically bond atoms or ions. Chemical bonding occurs when one or more electrons are simultaneously attracted to two nucleus. This is the overall picture of this chapter. We will cover the types of bonding, resonance structures, Lewis structures, and also octet rule. At the end of this chapter, we will cover all the theories related to chemical bonding. By definition, chemical bonding is a union of two or more atoms involving the redistribution of electrons either by transfer, which is ionic bond, or sharing, which is covalent bond, between themselves. So why these atoms are bonded? It is because it acquires stable noble gas configuration of minimum energy. And there are two categories of forces, which are intramolecular and intermolecular. It is very easy to differentiate between these two forces. Intra is the forces between or within the molecule, while inter is the forces that binds the molecule together. You can see here. So the intra, for example, is covalent bond, which is very strong between H and Cl. This is, we call it as intramolecular forces. And then the intermolecular forces is the bond between Cl and H here. And then this is intermolecular attraction of forces is very weak. Here comes three types of bonds. As you can see there, the first one is ionic bond, or also known as electrovalent bonding. This bonding involves the transfer of electrons between atoms. And the next one, or second one, is covalent bonding, which involves the sharing of electrons. So the first keywords for ionic bonding is transfer, while for covalent bonding is sharing. Transfer of electrons for ionic and sharing of electrons for covalent, while for metallic bonding is metal atoms bonded to other metal atoms, which included the sea of electrons, and we can identify this metallic bonding through band theory. Before we move further, let's discuss a bit about Lewis structure. In some books, this Lewis structure, also known as Lewis dot diagrams, Lewis dot formulas, Lewis dot structures, or even Lewis electron dot structures. They are all the same thing. Lewis structure. Lewis is named after Gilbert Newton Lewis, who introduced it in 1916. This Lewis structure shows the valence electron around the atomic symbol, and it keeps track of electrons that contribute to the formation of bond. Basically, the Lewis symbol used to represent nucleus and inner electrons. The dots, or sometimes cross, are arranged around the atomic symbol. The elements in the same group in periodic table has the same number of dots or valence electrons. You can see some of the examples here. The same number of dots for each group of elements. Let me remind again, atoms only bonded in order to produce a more stable electron configurations. Okay? Atoms only bonded in order to produce a more stable electron configuration. They can do that by either transferring or sharing electrons. The maximum numbers of electrons in the outer shell is 8, which follows the octet rule, which means the electron configuration like a noble gas. And in a lithium and beryllium case, it's trying to achieve the helium electron arrangement. Lewis symbol for ions. As for cations, its symbol is without valence electron because it loses electron. As for anions, you can see at the bottom there, its symbol with 8 valence electrons, showing the gain of electron in the formation of an anion. Before we end this video 1, these are the 2 try yourself practice as a homework for you. Please check the answers with your lecturer. Thank you and see you in the next video.